It's Thursday, the 4th of February. I'm Simone Robinson. Welcome to PvP TV UK. Our top stories today: a history of violence in West Kingston after Harry dog killing. All coming up after the break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Steroid Coke, popularly known as Jim Brown. Tivoli Gardens and Denham Town have always been staunchly aligned to the ruling Jamaica Labour Party and were close allies for decades. They fought a long and bloody battle against their foes from the Spanglers Gang, which had its headquarters in Matthews Lane, and controlled Beeston Street, Pink Lane, Chancery Lane and other areas north of West Street, which supports the People's National Party. Many of the country's most notorious gangsters have been based in West Kingston, including Judas' father, Lester Lloyd Coke, popularly known as Jim Brown, Judas' elder brother Mark Jarty Coke, Claudius Massop, Donald Zeke's Phipps, Toyle Cow Phillips, and Zeke's elder brother Glenn Ford Early B. Phipps from the Spanglers Gang, among others. For more than 30 years, the political factions engaged in tit-for-tat battles, which resulted in the heavy loss of lives. Lester Lloyd Coke, popularly known as Jim Brown. Tivoli Gardens and Denham Town have always been staunchly aligned to the ruling Jamaica Labour Party and were close allies for decades. They fought a long and bloody battle against their foes from the Spanglers Gang, which had its headquarters in Matthews Lane, and controlled Beeston Street, Pink Lane, Chancery Lane and other areas north of West Street, which supports the People's National Party. Many of the country's most notorious gangsters have been based in West Kingston, including Judas' father, Lester Lloyd Coke, popularly known as Jim Brown, Judas' elder brother Mark Jarty Coke, Claudius Massop, Donald Zeke's Phipps, Toyle Cow Phillips, and Zeke's elder brother Glenn Ford Early B. Phipps from the Spanglers Gang, among others. For more than 30 years, the political factions engaged in tit-for-tat battles, which resulted in the heavy loss of lives. As members of the public heeded the purported warning of gangsters to leave the business hub of downtown Kingston early on Monday, because blood would be shed, police were gearing up for the potential escalation of violence between rival gangs based in the city. So serious were the threats of the gangsters taken, that the state-owned Jamaica Urban Transit Company, GUTC, sent additional buses to add to its fleet to assist fretful commuters to leave the area. The metropolis has been tense since Sunday's killing of Harry McLeod, the former henchman of incarcerated Tivoli Gardens strongman, Christopher Judas Coke. McLeod, popularly known as Harry Dog, was taken out by men traveling in a silver motorcar along Darling Street. The history of gang warfare in West Kingston dates back to the politically turbulent 1970s, when gang feuds were fought along political lines. Members of the security forces on duty in a section of downtown Kingston on Monday night, the 1st of February. After years of bloodletting, both gangs reportedly brokered a truce and drew lines of demarcation in the business hub of downtown Kingston to control the lucrative extortion racket. Relative peace reigned downtown for years, exemplified by a weekly street dance dubbed Passa Passa, which drew patrons from across the island and even busloads of tourists. But things started to take a downturn after reputed Matthews Lane Don Zeeks was slapped with a 30-year sentence for the 2006 murders of Dayton Scotch Bright Williams and Leroy Farquharson. Then the US insisted that Judas be extradited to face their justice system on racketeering charges. After the May 2010 Tivoli Gardens incursion, which left more than 70 people dead, and Coke's subsequent extradition, things fell apart between the former cronies, and Denham Town decided to slide from under the heel of their stronger Tivoli Gardens allies. There has been a heated battle between the two communities ever since. Despite a heavy security presence, guns continue to bark and the body count continues to rise in the area. But with Harry Dog's murder, things appear to be about to get even more heated. This is not good. Too much war in the area, and now another round our war going start again. We cannot take this anymore. Everybody tense, cause Harry Dog shouldn't dead so. The police and soldier dem have dem work cut out. Head of the Constabulary Communication Unit, CCU, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay has said the ongoing conflict between gangs from Tivoli Gardens and their former cronies in Denham Town is the continuation of an age-old conflict over turf and extortion. Sections of West Kingston have been under the gun as the rivals take every opportunity to fire their illegal weapons, taking lives and injuring others in the process. Most of the conflict is between the young generation gang of Tivoli and gangs in Denham Town. What the investigation has shown so far is that the main reason behind the gang conflict so far is really to dominate the turf because of the proceeds from extortion. The different gangs are fighting for the same space, SSP Lindsay said in an interview. The feud escalated over the weekend when Harry MacLeod, the reputed ex-lieutenant of former Tivoli Gardens Don, Christopher Dudas Coke, was killed along Darling Street in the vicinity of Coronation Market in Western Kingston on Sunday morning, the 31st of January. Lindsay said the police had occupied the spaces in both warring communities and had taken notice of the efforts of the citizens to protect themselves by erecting barricades and staying indoors. If you go into the communities, you will see them block some of the streets and they remain pretty much indoors, so you will not see the usual hustle and bustle of citizens moving around as they themselves are somewhat fearful, she stated. SSP Lindsay also said the police were aware of the threatening voice notes that were circulating on social media on Monday, the 1st of February, warning the public to leave the bustling business hub of the capital early as blood would be shed. The voice notes, which surfaced after MacLeod's murder, created panic and even prompted the state-run Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, to deploy extra buses to assist in the exodus. However, SSP Lindsay pleaded for calm as the rumors of heightened violence were attempts to create mischief by the criminal element. We believe that it was a strategy by the criminal network to drive fear and panic among the society in the downtown community. We also anticipated that there could be some problems, so we had systems in place to prevent that from happening. There was some very strategic deployment of assets to ensure that persons could go about their business with as little interference as possible, she stated. SSP Lindsay said the police leadership of the Kingston Central and Kingston Western divisions reported that no businesses were closed and people were milling about as usual on Monday and Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.